Don't be this guy. Stop texting and driving. 40% of American young adults say they have been in a car when the driver used a cell phone in a dangerous way. This statistic may seem shocking, but when the fact that some young adults don't even see texting and driving as unsafe, the number becomes terrifying. Looking at a mobile phone or using a mobile phone while driving is not a harmless act that won't hurt anyone, nor is everyone does it a good or understandable excuse for this behavior. Many drivers do not understand the risk of this dangerous pastime and are under the impression that there is not much they can do about it other than changing their own actions. These views may not be totally unfounded. However, the fact remains that distracted driving has, in recent years, become more dangerous than intoxicated driving. Our state government has these statistics laid out for them, and still they are doing very little to prevent the deaths caused by distracted drivers. A few billboards and short public service announcements are not enough. Oregonians need to use their voice to make a change in government. In 2011, there were 1.3 million crashes caused by distracted driving, mostly phone use. In 2014, all young adults and teens own a cell phone. Well, almost all. And 78% of these say they have sent or read a text message while driving. Consider that not all teens drive, and that some who were interviewed would be afraid to divulge that they broke the law. Now that percentage would be much higher. So more than 78% of driving teens are putting their lives in danger every time they give in to the strong urge to check their phone. Texting and driving is extremely dangerous, and many people die because of it every year. The leading cause of deaths for children ages 12 to 19 are accidents, unintentional injury. 73% of these accidents are car crashes. 10% of all drivers under the age of 20 involved in fatal crashes were reported as distracted at the time of the crash. In recent times, it has become more dangerous for teenagers to drive while texting than it has for teenagers to drive while drinking. Oregon has many incidents of death caused by texting and driving, and almost nothing is being done about it. Kids are dying all the time, and something needs to be done by Oregon to stop this. The PSAs show that our government is trying to address the problem, but still, there was a 9% increase in these types of deaths from 2011 to 2012. The problem isn't getting better, it's getting worse. Solutions are available, however, and if made a priority, they would not be difficult to implement. One idea is to require popular TV shows to have minor segments dedicated to talking about the dangers of texting and driving. These segments would be required before their program could be aired in Oregon. Another solution is to require that all cars sold in Oregon must have a device that detects radio transmission or cell phones in the car if they are not turned off. Similar examples of solutions like these that have worked in the past are anti-smoking ads and breathalyzer devices in cars. These solutions are just a few out of many options available that would make millions of citizens much safer and hopefully decrease the death rate for teenage drivers. Some people may believe Oregon is safe enough, and if this were implemented, it would cost taxpayers thousands of dollars, and believe it isn't necessary. For this to cost taxpayers money, it would have to be government funded, which it would not be, just as it wasn't for cigarette companies. It would be a law enforced on television, car, and cell phone companies. These corporations would be the ones to pay the small cost. Though a few of the suggested solutions may seem a bit dramatic to some, at the cost of lives, it doesn't seem too much to ask. Using a phone in any of the following ways: calling, texting, checking the internet, or using a headset increase your chances of a crash by 3%, 3 times. Driving while texting or using a phone, even for directions, is, depending on speed, equivalent to driving blind for the distance of a football field. When a person decides to text and drive, they are putting their life in the hands of chance. They could die. Is it really worth the risk? Of course, texting and driving does not ensure death, just as driving blind does not ensure death, but most people would never do that. Except they would. Texting and driving is essentially driving blind for however long checking a phone takes. The statistics show these problems are not made up. However, there are very real solutions. All of us just need to work together so that a change can be made. If Oregon voters could make this succeed, it would make a world of difference.